Tonight, the fierce campaign battles come to a head as voters overcome problems at the polls across Metro Atlanta tonight. All eyes now focus on the latest results. Our team of reporters are with the candidates as the numbers pour in and the spotlight grows on key races in Georgia. Campaign 2014 coverage starts right now on CBS 46 News.
Good evening, everyone. Here from David Perdue's what is going to be a celebration, because just a few minutes ago CBS News called this one and said David Perdue will be the next senator from the state of Georgia.
And another live picture to bring you tonight as CNN is calling that Governor Nathan Deal, the incumbent, will win another term as governor of Georgia. Take a live look at the people there celebrating. The governor winning over Jason Carter there. The numbers still coming into us tonight, but right now CBS and CNN calling these two races.
And folks, it is looking like a Republican wave tonight as well. We've got a lot to get to on this election night. And tonight, Georgia's elections really could be all wrapped up with the winners and losers already determined.
Yeah, and we talked about it, but it is looking less and less likely that we're going to have a runoff in any of the races.
And as I mentioned, the numbers are still coming in at this hour. Take a look. Nathan Deal with 55% of the vote to Jason Carter's 43%. That's with over 90% of the precincts reporting. And again, CNN calling that Governor Deal will win another term as governor of Georgia.
And let's take a look at that Senate race as well, if we can, and really take a look at David Perdue and how he's looking right now. You can see he has 55% of the vote. Michelle Nunn, 43% of the vote. 92% of those precincts reporting. And as Scott mentioned earlier, CBS has called this race, declaring David Perdue the winner.
We have live team coverage on the campaign trail. Christopher King is at Governor Deal's camp. Jeff Cherico is covering Jason Carter. Mike Paluska is at Michelle Nunn's campaign. Adam Murphy is covering David Perdue tonight. So let's begin. Let's send it straight out to Christopher King, who is covering Governor Nathan Deal tonight. Christopher, good evening.
Good evening, Scott. We are being told that Governor Nathan Deal will come out around 11:05 to speak to the crowd. I'm keeping an eye on the Secretary of State website, and right now it's indicating that Governor Deal is comfortably ahead with about 90% of the counties reporting. Governor Deal is run on a platform of job creation, this despite Georgia having the worst unemployment rate in the nation. The governor says the number is not really all that relevant. He says Georgia is actually adding jobs. We're waiting to see when the governor will come out. Once again, he says he'll be out at 11:05. When he comes out, we will be here live. For now, we are live at Governor Deal's election night headquarters. Christopher King, CBS 46 News.
Christopher, thanks very much. Now let's check in with CBS 46's Jeff Cherico, who's live from Jason Carter's campaign headquarters tonight. Jeff?
Yeah, Scott, the music just stopped a few moments ago as numbers came on the screen that showed Jason Carter trailing by a significant margin, trailing Governor Deal. The room got a little quiet, got very sober, then the music came back up. I guess perhaps trying to enjoy the victory that they did have of energizing a Democratic base right here in this election year. It has been a very hard-fought battle, and Jason Carter's campaign has hammered home the issues surrounding restoring the middle class, improving funding for education, as well as honesty in government. And we have right now Pastor Raphael Warnock with the Ebenezer Baptist Church. We are live right now. Can you please explain to me your thoughts today when we're hearing that Jason Carter may come out momentarily and concede this election?
Well, we're very proud of the race that Jason has run. I am certainly proud of the voters that turned out in incredible numbers for a midterm election, particularly in the African-American community and other communities. Tonight's just the beginning. I think we are witnessing the beginning of the change in politics in the state of Georgia.
All right. Thank you very much, Pastor. I appreciate your time, and we will continue to bring all the very latest. And if Jason Carter does come to the stage, we, of course, will bring that speech to you live right here on CBS 46 News. Back to you.
Jeff, thanks very much. Now let's check in with Michelle Nunn's campaign headquarters. Our Mike Paluska is there covering her tonight. Mike?
Hey, Scott, right now her campaign chairperson, Gordon Giffen, is talking, introducing Michelle Nunn. They didn't tell us that she's expected to give a concession speech, but she is on the stage right now. You can see this is the first time tonight that she's actually gone on stage, and we have another camera we're going to go to. We're going to listen to her talk a little bit once the crowd starts to die down. Really good people out here tonight rooting her on. and a very long, hard-fought campaign. And here she goes for the first time tonight about to talk.
So, y'all, I just talked to David Perdue, and I offered him my very great congratulations as Georgia's next U.S. Senator. And I want to thank both David Perdue and I want to thank Amanda Swafford for their commitment to service, to public service, and for a very spirited campaign. Yes. So, you know, at our best, we not only accept the electoral results, but we practice the art of bridge building and reconciliation. And so I offer David my strongest possible support as he works to unite Georgia and to build bridges across party lines and to serve all of the people of Georgia. And I know that he will try and do that. So, y'all, I met a poet in Gainesville a few months ago, and she was in her 90s. And she told me, she said, you know, I really think you're going to win this race. But she said, but if you don't win, you have done your duty. And you all have more than done your duty. The extraordinary volunteers, staff, the people across this state that have worked so hard. We have offered up Georgia a true choice, and we've laid the groundwork for this state. We have changed politics in Georgia, not just tonight, but for the future. We've reminded people of what a two-party system looks like, and a civic dialogue. We've lifted up and advocated issues that matter to people in this country, whether it's raising minimum wage, whether it's pay equity for women, whether it's bipartisan immigration reform. These are just a few of the issues that we've helped remind people are at stake, whether it's making sure that all of our young people have an affordable and clear pathway to college, or whether it's universal access to pre-K. These are issues that we have lifted up and that will continue to be lifted up. So I am very proud to have stood side by side in this campaign with thousands of Georgians who've worked so hard. Your hands, I know, some of y'all's hands may be blistered from putting in all those yard signs. And your voices may be hoarse from doing all that shouting and talking and telling people how important this race is. And I know that there's a lot of tired feet tonight because y'all have been walking a lot of neighborhoods. And you could not have worked harder. You know, we have exceeded every expectation of what was possible in this race. I just want to remind y'all that just about 15 months ago, all of the political pundits said that Georgia was not in play, and we put Georgia in play. But we've built a foundation now that needs to be cultivated, and it needs to be built upon. And we need to work on it to broaden our reach with the message. We want to remind people, y'all, that elections make a difference in people's lives. We change people's lives, we change communities, we change our nation, we change our world when we vote. And we've reminded people of that, and we want to keep reminding people of that. We make choices about how we're going to care for our sick. We make choices about how we care for our environment, how we care for our elderly. And these are the choices that we want to continue to lift up in the future as we go forward. So I hope that we've reminded Georgia also that we can and should have leadership that represents and looks like our state. You know, during the course of the campaign,
pretty classy concession speech from the Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate here in Georgia, of course, Michelle Nunn. She has just said just a few minutes ago, she called David Perdue and congratulated him on his victory. And again, you're watching continuous live coverage here, right here on CBS 46.